Hello friends and my lovely viewers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we will discuss and rank the 5 classes in Dungeon Hunter 6. This is a game that I've not made any videos on before, so I am very excited. Anyways, these are all of the classes that are available. Warrior class, Archer class, Assassin class, Mage class, Bond Sister class, Shaman class, and the Knight class. They sound very interesting, especially the Bond Sister class, which I honestly think has a unique name. Before I start placing them into ranks, let's get to know our classes better first. I'd like to start off with the Warrior class, as it is a very common choice among gamers, not just in Dungeon Hunter 6, but also in other games to be honest. The Warrior class is known for being both offensive and defensive. It has high strength, and can also withstand opponents' attacks quite well. I would say the class can come off as a little bit tanky, and for that reason we often tend to use this class as the first attackers. You know, so they can take hits as well as deal damage. It can be a great distraction to protect the more squishier fighters. By the way, in this game, the warriors also has the ability to deal bleed damage to enemies. This is an effect which slowly eats away constitution from the enemies over time. I kinda like that about the warrior class. It brings some uniqueness to it, and the attacks on our warrior class can also strike multiple targets. aka, we can do AoE attacks with this class. The warrior class is perfect for direct and upfront battles. I would say this certainly is one of the top classes in Dungeon Hunter 6. And if I was to give my personal opinion on if it's a S tier, A tier, B tier, and so on, I would say that this gotta be part of the S tier ranking. But anyways, this is just my initial gut feeling. Let's move on to the Archer class next. Unlike the warrior class, the Archer class is more of a long-range attacker. They are usually equipped with bows and arrows, and rely on accuracy and precision to deal damage. In this game, they have a great ability to keep the right distance from the enemies, which ensures their own safety. Cause if they were to get too close, that would become a problem, especially considering they do not have the same defense as the warriors. The Archer class has a couple of great abilities, which works as a debuff on the enemy. The first one is a special arrow they shoot to inflict slow status effect on the enemy, and this basically slows down the enemy's movement speed. The other ability of the Archer class is the option to shoot arrows into the air, making them rain down on the enemies. And this attack inflicts a complete free status effect, which means the opponents affected cannot move at all for some time. I would say the Archer class is more of a strategic gameplay, where you need to time things properly to deal the most damage. And in this game, the archers serve as both damage dealers and debuffers, which may make them into great contributors on the battlefield. I wonder though, how would you rank this class? I personally once again imagine this to be one of the high ups, but I'm not so sure if I can put it in a S tier rank. Perhaps an A tier would be more suitable. Anyways, let us check out the next class, which would be the Assassin class. The main focus of the assassins is to sneak up on enemies and do heavy blows and swift attacks. This class is very stealthy and thus hard for the enemy to attack. Also because the assassins are very fast, it doesn't give the opponent much time to react. This is possibly the ultimate damage dealer of Dungeon Hunter 6, but it may also have some downsides, like assassins aren't durable at all. So if the enemy is lucky enough to hit this class, the assassins can be very easily killed. So it's kinda, let's just say, very low constitution but very high damage. That would be the best definition to describe this class. So it's kinda high risk, high reward using an assassin. To be honest, I don't think very highly of this class. The warrior class has high damage and high constitution, while this assassin class has higher damage but also lower constitution. You get what I'm trying to say, right? And the assassin is also short range, not to mention. If I was to rank this class, I would not go any higher than a B tier. It is just too risky. What is the point of having a ultra super duper high damage dealing class if it ends up dead super easily? But anyways, I'm not saying the class is totally useless and shitty. It is just more of a risk taking class, and we would have to be super tactical and good at strategy to use it properly. Also, if we are really good at using it, it can seriously make a huge difference, and it may be a complete game changer. Well, enough about this. We have a few more classes to check out as well. The next one I want to investigate is the Mage class. I feel like this class is actually a little bit similar to the Warrior class, cause they both have kinda balanced defenses and offenses. but the difference is that the Mage class is using arcane spells from a distance. So this is not a short range class like the Assassin class and the Warrior class. And the spells can be used both to deal damage and to create protection for oneself. I do like mages quite a bit, and it is kinda like a mixture of all good things. High damage, high defense, and long range. Also, there are various mysterious spells and interesting things that they can do. I don't think there's a single doubt that this class is a high rank in my opinion. I can totally see it being next to the Warrior class, as they both are very great in their own way. It gotta be a S tier as well. This all being said, let us check out the Bond Sister class. Honestly, this class is very similar to the Mage class. It looks like a mage and acts similarly to the mage as well. But this class does not use arcane magic like the mages. Instead, it uses the energy of the nature to summon creatures, command them as well as plants and other materials to fight alongside them in battle. The Bond Sister class also has the ability to consume spirit seeds to gain holiness, which will empower their summoning ability. That leads to greater, more powerful and diverse summonings. This class can also summon a tree that basically helps dealing damage on the battlefield. And it also takes away the buffs from the enemies. And this can seriously disrupt the opponent's plans and all. So yeah, it sounds great, not gonna lie. And I think this is a long range class if I'm not mistaken. Or at least the attacks will happen indirectly by other creatures. So we are technically keeping distance and refraining from short range combating. In my personal opinion, I would say this class is around the same greatness as the Archer class, so perhaps the A tier would be the most fitting. It may not sound super impressive looking at it from a damage dealing angle and all, but disrupting the enemy may seriously be a huge deal. Now, we have a couple classes left, which is the Shaman class and the Knight class. I honestly do not have enough information yet to place them into rankings since they are very new to Dungeon Hunter 6, but I still want to give you all a brief introduction to them. The Shaman class is similar to the Mage class, as it also uses magic in its AoE targeted attacks. It has mostly high defense and great control effects, and thus can be long lasting in battles. I would say the Shaman is more of a support and destructive class, but yet it doesn't cause a huge amount of damage like the Assassin class, Warrior class or Mage class. But even so, it has some pretty dope skills, which I believe may be very interesting and useful in battle. As for the Knight class, I tried really hard finding information about it, and it wasn't easy. But from what I found out, this class is very high in defense, and the attack is quite high as well. So I guess he's similar to the Warrior class in a way. He uses a sword and a shield to fight, which makes sense to be honest as he defends and deals damage with his skills and whatnot. There is for instance a skill called Bloodthirsty Rat, which will deal damage to multiple targets as well as stun them for a couple of seconds. Okay, so to sum it up, and to give a clearer picture of the rankings, the Warrior class and the Mage class belong to the S tier, while as for the A tier spot, I would place the Bond Sister class and the Archer class there. And unfortunately, the Assassin class is more of a B tier. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found the information valuable. If you want more contents like these, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You may also tap on the like and subscribe button if you want to show your support to the channel. Anyways, have a pretty day you all, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, stay foxy, adios, bye!